Hi everybody, Douglas Waltz. Old Man Reviews Comic Books. Old Man Comic Book Reviews. It's an old man doing something about comic books. So we have a stack. Before I get to that, let me just tell you that next week's stack will be one comic book. So, speaking of that one comic book, this is the lead into it. Daredevil 36, 3 years of Chip Zdarsky writing Daredevil. This time we have Manuel Garcia as the penciler. His inkers are Cam Smith, Scott Hanna, and Victor Nava. So Manuel went and penciled the heck out of everything, and it took 3 inkers to catch up. It's a double-sized issue. Daredevil's out of prison. Kingpin's getting married to Typhoid Mary. He's just trying to make new things. I think there's a spot where Daredevil and Elektra get a little busy in the woods, if you know what I'm saying. He's got a beard that he's got to get rid of because I think it looks stupid. And he thinks that Daredevil thinks if Wilson is happy, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, if he's just happy. And the oddest thing ever was Daredevil's busting up a gang, and Mr. Fantastic comes out of nowhere and helps him. I don't know why Reed wears a jacket and has a beard. I don't know why Reed Richards, with his unstable molecule suit so he can stretch to the best, would wear a jacket and have a beard. So Wilson gets married. It's a big deal. Daredevil tells him to be happy, but there's a thing. Oh, what was it? I'll just paraphrase. So apparently there's a thing with the Purple Man and the children of the Purple Man, and they made it where if you see Daredevil's true identity, you don't see it. You either see a blank page or something else. And at the very end, Wilson is out in the woods with Typhoid Mary, and he's looking at this file that says Daredevil Identity. And he shouldn't be able to see it, but they're setting us up for a giant crossover called Devil's Reign. We don't get crossovers a lot down here, but I'm going to get that one because Zdarsky's going to write it. All right, New Mutants. Ta-da! If you hear the knocking sound, that is my dog itching. So, Krakoa is being attacked. The giant Farouk fella is trying to get the baby New Mutants. He's trying to take out everybody, and he basically fails. It's just a fail issue for me. The guy, oh yeah, let's do that. The guy keeps aping Bill Sienkiewicz, which, whatever, man, do your thing. It's Vital Ayala is the writer. Rob Reese is the artist. You're just it's really aping his style. And at the end, he's like, I'm just sorry, you beat me, wah. If they keep letting him do that, he's going to kill all of these people. The big fat man from the Middle East needs to die. Our last issue, issue 5 of the Me You Love in the Dark. She's figured out the monster's true form. Stories by Scotty Young, art is by George Corona. He killed her friend. He doesn't understand how things work. So she fucks him up. That's the end. She fucks him up. It's a good ending. It's a nice, simple story. It deals with, this is how you deal with abuse. Someone abuses you, fuck them up. So there you go. My potty mouth for the day. This was a good series. Wonder Woman 2021 Annual. I really don't like this cover. Apparently there's a race of beings that lived on the island of the Amazons, because I always mispronounce it, so I'm not going to try. And he comes and tells her, we thought we were going to get to take our island back when you died. By the way, Wonder Woman died. Remember the whole afterlife nonsense? And so they have a big fight. But his name, I don't really want to give, his name isn't important, but his race, they're called something. You never find anything you're looking for. Your people, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, they have a fight. His name is Altum the Survivor, and he is part of the Enki people. He's very pale. And they have a big fight. and she sort of wins, but he sort of cheats with a bomb, and she's not really sure she beat him fair and square. But the thing I don't like about this, artwork's fine, story's fine, I get what you're doing, is this entire book is a prequel to be continued in Trial of the Amazons. Annuals should be standalone stories. Don't give me your setup for your new series that I'm not going to buy. I buy regular Wonder Woman and Sensational Wonder Woman. That's it. All right, we're done. Dune, House Atreides, 12 of 12. Written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Illustrated by Dev Pramanik with Mariano Taibo. Taibo? Billy Blanks? No, we won't go there? Okay. So it's Baron Leto is going to be persecuted by the Ix, and they're going to take away his title. They've also said they own him. They're going to dissect him and drain him dry and all this stuff. And Shaddam, Emperor Shaddam IV, as we all know, his coronation is here, and he wants Duke Leto for reasons of his own. We know why. He wants him so he can mess with the Harkonnens. It's all in the Dune books. So this was just him making him innocent again, and poor Leto just doesn't see it coming. This was a nice series. I thought it was weird that they used such heavy cardstock. Listen to that. Okay. Then I bought this for no other reason than Danny DeVito wrote a Penguin story. Danny DeVito, if you don't know, was the Penguin in Batman Returns, the best Batman movie, because the bad guy was actually Christopher Walken. I got the cover with the Penguin on it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories. We're not doing all that. The Talia al Ghul story, blech. The Red Hood story, eh. The Ra's al Ghul story, I don't like Ra's al Ghul. So, Poison Ivy made herself very not likable in this. She's trying to do that thing again where she doesn't care. Humans aren't important. She saves one human. I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't have killed any of them. That's a good idea. Scarecrow, the Fearless Man. That was good. They sort of made him more of a, it's important for you to face your fear. If you have, if you face your fear, then you have no fear. Because like the Dune thing about fear. Fear is the mind killer. So that was good. The Mad Hatter was interesting. I like the Mad Hatter because the whole time it's Robin, it's Damian Wayne. He was a little snot, and he thinks he's got everything figured out perfectly, and then the Mad Hatter is just smarter than him. So I kind of like that because I don't like Damian Wayne. We did that one. I'm saving the Danny DeVito one for last. Killer Moth, the happiest man in Gotham. This was genius because Killer Moth is a joke. He tried to be, the supervillain. And Batman and Killer Moth, it's pretty easy for him to, get beat up. So instead, he realized that he's Gypsy Moth. Killer Moth, he's a parasite. Stop being the A-team. Don't be the Joker. So, and that's the best part, there's just one page where he's like, when there's a bank robbery and Batman's fighting the bank and the hundreds flying through the street. I picked those up. When the museum's been ransacked and Batman's already looked through the ransacking. Well, they haven't fixed it yet. I'll just ransack it a little more. And at the end, he goes home to play video games with his kitty. So it was awesome. And finally, the Penguin in a story called Bird Cat Love by Danny DeVito and drawn by Dan Mora. It's Danny DeVito always wanted to kiss Michelle Pfeiffer when she was Catwoman. So the whole thing is them in love. And they decide that to be in love, they need to take out all of the rich people. They steal all of the vaccines from Big Pharma. They cure the planet and take the formulas and hide them so Big Pharma can't make any money off of them. He asks anyone that wants to help to help. Your past has no meaning here. We don't care. Good guy, bad guy, do you want to help or not? And they make a little what's it called? A refuge for animals that just need a little extra help so they'll be better. It was sweet. It was, the Penguin was the good guy. So was Catwoman. I don't like the things with Penguin and Catwoman kissing. There's some lovely pinups throughout the book. I had to have it. It was a good story. I'm glad I had it. But all of these comic books you see here are nothing compared to the new #1 that just came out. The Maniac of New York, Volume 2, The Bronx is Burning. This is written by Elliot Collin. Andrea Muti is the artist and colorist. And Taylor Esposito will give you a shout out for lettering. Because in New York, there's this fella called the Maniac. You can't kill him. The first whole volume was them having a maniac task force that consisted of 2 women who were vastly understaffed, especially when he went on a rampage in a train. Well, you wish he was just in a train. He's in a school. This is where we're at this time. He is in a school, and I had to double check it, but I don't remember seeing him killing a child yet. He killed 2 people, cut off a head, thing like that. So this is it. If you like slasher movies, this is a slasher movie. To make it better, they treat it like it's real. There are the official New York Maniac safety guidelines, printed like a freaking brochure. They use slasher for you to remember. Stay in place, lock all doors, await help in silence. Hear the all clear, evacuate, resuscitate surviving wounded. I'm not going with that last one. Wounded can take care of himself, I'm leaving. So they have appropriate and inappropriate parent communication. They got the girl who messed up the train thing, a little thing there. It's so good. This is just starting. You can get the trade paperback of the first series. So go get that, like now. And then pick this up because you won't want to wait month to month. You will not want to wait. If my buddy David Zuzella was watching this, dude, this is the comic book we always wanted. So this is a big stack. Next week we literally have the first issue of The Devil's Reign, which is what this is jumping off of, that will cross over throughout the Marvel universe because they like to sell a lot of comic books. So until next week, go read a comic book. Sophie, Fiona, thanks for coming over. We had ham and mashed potatoes and ham gravy for those of you who like ham gravy. It was delicious, and some rolls. So, yep, we had a good dinner. It was nice for you to come over. I was glad you came over. We hung up Christmas lights today. So we were all good. So until next week, go read a comic book.